everyone. Welcome to Psychology of Daily Lives, Episode 2. And today we are going to highlight upon face yoga techniques for managing anxiety. We all face anxiety regularly, some at a lower spectrum, some at the higher spectrum. But does face yoga help us in managing our mental health problems such as anxiety? Now, anxiety is also known as one of the common colds of mental health. So let's talk about that and let's dive into the face yoga techniques for managing anxiety. So, welcome to the world of yoga. So, let me just highlight certain things about it. Yoga is also a technique which is used, you know, for maybe to calm yourself, for stress, for when you are distracted. There are many ways that yoga is used. Understand? So, you know, it is not like something that, okay, I can leave medicines and then do only yoga. No. If you're having medicines, you can do yoga side by side. Okay, it's a technique or grounding way that you can do side by side, but you shouldn't leave your medicines if they are prescribed, you have to have it. Okay, so the origins and the background of yoga. Okay, so let's go to the brief history and techniques of face yoga. So it has an ancient roots, right? So and it comes from Ayurveda. Okay, so face yoga has its roots in ancient yogic and Ayurveda practices where facial massages and expressions were used to promote emotional balance and relaxation. Also, modern revival of facial exercise experts. Face yoga gained extreme attention to early 2000s, especially to the works of Fumiko Takasu, who developed the face yoga method after a personal accident and stress experience. Connection with traditional yoga. While traditional yoga focuses on the body, breath, face yoga emphasizes on micro movements, expressions, and muscle enlargement to relieve facial tension, a common area affected by stress or anxiety. Therapeutic practice in holistic healing. Over time, face yoga has been integrated into therapeutic modalities for stress management, anxiety, especially for those experiencing physical symptoms like jaw clenching or forehead tension due to anxiety. Scientific interest in somatic and nervous system benefits. Modern neurosciences support the idea that facial influences or the facial movement helps in the vagus nerve and parasympathetic nervous system, contributing to emotional regulation. Okay, so you got to know the origins and background. It's very important because most of the time we just do certain things because others are doing, but it's very important that we know from where it is coming and how useful or impactful it can have on us. Okay, so role of face yoga in anxiety release, okay, or basically benefits of face yoga for anxiety. Now, releases muscular tension. Chronic anxiety often leads to tension in the jaws, temples, okay, our temples right here, our forehead, eye muscles, okay. So, face yoga targets these areas to release built up stress. Activation of the parasympathetic nervous system. Slow, mindful facial movements combined with deep breathing can stimulate the rest and digest mode, calming the nervous system. Improved mind and body connection. Practicing face yoga mindfully helps individuals become aware of emotional tension held in the face, creating a sense of grounding and presence. Reduction in stress hormones. Just like full body yoga, facial relaxation can reduce cortisol levels, improving overall mood and mental clarity. Supportive of non-verbal emotional expression. By engaging facial muscle intentionality, people can process suppressed emotions non-verbally, similar to the benefits of art and movement therapy. Okay, so you saw how are these benefits very useful for us. It helps us to a great extent. Okay, now, so the therapeutic applications for face yoga. Okay, now what are these? First of all, integration into psychotherapy. Hmm. So, therapists, especially body oriented and somatic therapists, may incorporate face yoga in sessions to help clients regulate anxiety and connect with embodied awareness. Self soothing practice for clients. Therapists can teach simple face yoga techniques as self soothing tools between sessions, especially for those who struggle with panic or social anxiety. Enhancing emotional release. When done intentionally, face yoga can release blocked emotions stored in the face and jaw, complementing talk therapy or trauma informed care. Building routine and self care, establishing a daily face yoga practice builds structure and reinforces the importance of self care, which is often neglected among anxious individuals. And it is also known to be accessible for all age groups. Since it's low impact and doesn't require special equipment, face yoga is accessible for elderly clients, teens, and even those limited mobility or chronic illness. So it's not only meant for certain people, but it can be used by all ages, which is very important for us to know, right? Okay, let's go to the next. The do's and don'ts. It's very important that we know about the do's and don'ts. So, what we need to know about the do's: do practice with mindful intention. That is, always focus on breathing and awareness while performing face yoga to maximize its calming benefits. Do start with a clean face and hands. Okay. Hygiene is important to avoid breakouts or irritation, especially when applying pressure or oils. Got it? So basically, that's very important advice. Okay. Okay. Now, don't force movements or overdo. Okay. That is, excessive pressure or repetition can cause strain or discomfort. Practice should be gentle and pain free. Don't use face yoga as a substitute for therapy, which I saw and I told you. Okay. I told this in the start. Okay. While supportive, face yoga isn't a replacement for professional help while dealing with chronic anxiety or trauma. The therapist can give you the exercise, but that doesn't mean that, when you have something as face yoga, you can ignore the other things. These are one of the techniques that can be given for therapy, but there are other techniques also which you can do side by side. Got it? Okay. Okay. So I hope you all understood the do's and don'ts. Okay. And most importantly, remember, this is not something like, okay, I'll do it on Monday, Tuesday, and then I take a break on Wednesday. I'll start on Thursday, Friday, then I'll take on Saturday, Sunday. You need to do regularly to get best results. Remember that. Okay. Okay. Face yoga and mental health benefits, or the interconnection between yoga, mental health, and facial awareness. So, holistic approach to emotional wellness. Yoga, including face yoga, nurtures mental health by combining physical movement, breath, and awareness to balance the mind and emotions. Reduces somatic anxiety symptoms. Many anxious individuals clench their jaw, grind their teeth, or tighten their forehead unconsciously. Face yoga brings these patterns into awareness and helps soften them. Builds confidence and self compassion. Spending time caring for one's face fosters self kindness, body positivity, and a healthier relationship with the self. Mindfulness without full body involvement. For people too anxious or physically unable to do full body yoga, face yoga offers a way to practice mindfulness and breath work on a smaller scale. Supports daily mental hygiene. Just a brushing, just as brushing teeth is essential, face yoga can become a daily mental hygiene routine to decompress, especially after emotionally intense days. Okay. So basically, you could start with such, which is very small, and like face yoga, and then maybe when you feel confident, you can start with something which is bigger, like, the full body yoga. So you can go step by step in this, right? Okay. So you may be wondering, like, what can be the techniques for uh, face yoga for to relax your anxiety or make you feel better. So you know your tip of your fingers, right? So you need to take your fingers like this, your forehead. Obviously, you have to clean your hands, okay? And your forehead should be wide. Keep it wide. Don't put your hair here, just it should be proper. And then take your fingers, and breathing exercise should be there. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. So here the points are there. So you have to touch on the points from here going towards here. From here going towards ear. And at the same time, you need to do deep breathing. So look at me. Okay. So this is one technique. The next technique is when we have anxiety, we can have headaches over here, right? So you need to do this. One, two, three. One, two, three. So, like with your breathing exercise, okay? So, this will help to reduce your anxiety. You have to do it over time. Okay, it has to go regularly over time. You cannot just do it for one day and say, okay, now I'm this will get proper, or it's not getting proper. Okay, it takes time. Anything takes time, and you need to do it regularly, maybe throughout the day, 3 times a day, or 2 times a day, like after getting up from your sleep, before going to sleep. This will help you a lot. Okay, so I hope this was helpful and you all got some information. Again, this is one of the practices in therapy that can be included. There are other things which are there and which has to be continued. Okay. So you have to understand this is not a replacement for other therapies. This can be included. This can be done by you, but also there are other therapies involved for reducing anxiety. I hope this is clear. If you have any questions or anything that you want to ask, you can always leave your answers about whether you can always leave the questions in the chat box, and we will see that we will answer y'all. And yeah, that's and please wait for the next episode of Psychology of Daily Life coming soon. Take care, and yes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so stay tuned for more.